Colorado's COVID-19 outbreak is getting very real for tens of thousands of families.
School buildings will then be closed starting on Wednesday, March 18th.
No student drop-offs, kids on the playground, or learning inside the
Closing
class.
schools is always the last
surpassing a record-setting 140,000 new virus cases today.
We've got to try to slow this thing down.
The reality is COVID-19 is here. Coronavirus is here.
We all can remember March 13th, 2020.
All of us were watching the news and honestly thinking that we might have a chance to die.
But we'd never experienced anything like this. None of us had.
I remember trying to figure out what was going on.
This is COVID. We can see this is what are we going to do?
These kids went through 2 years that I wouldn't wish upon anybody. We have kids that are living in trailers. We have kids that are living in container boxes out where I live. The structures of their lives were taken away because school was taken away.
2 weeks after we were forced to close, we rolled out one-to-one learning remote.
We went from 5,000 kids that we were serving to 67,000 kids, essentially in a month.
We checked out Chromebooks from our school parking lots, and we were able to put Chromebooks in every student's hand and every staff member, and we went remote.
For us, it was just like, okay, we can do this. Let's ready, set, go.
The most important piece of a school district is the teacher.
You know, we really operate from a place of this may be the only safe place that many of our students have to come to. How do we ensure that our students are at a safe place or taken care of, or that they have food?
I think probably the biggest thing we did with ESSER 2 and future funding was really create some courses and classes around certification for kids so they would become much more engaged.
ESSER 2 funds allowed us to add interventionists, maintain the ones that we had, and really bolster that approach to learning because we know it works.
It allowed us to offer before and after school programs, again, to help catch students up and keep them caught up, to minimize contact for students, to provide for a more individualized educational approach. Without the ESSER 2 funding, we would not have been able to deliver in-person education in the fall of 2020, period.
This final round of ESSER dollars are critical in making sure that we are addressing learning loss and other losses that students experienced during the pandemic. Right now, our big focus with the ESSER dollars is on instructional gaps. And so we extend our school day, we extended our summer school last summer and this summer, and will next summer as well, so that we can get, hundreds and hundreds of children in to make up for learning loss.
What we did creatively with ESSER 3 funding is we called it a return to learn stipend. And so to get folks back, the last day of school, they had to sign their contract, and if they did sign their contract and when they return on August 14th, they're going to get $2,000 into their August check.
September 2024, this funding is gone. And what does that mean for us?
I'm very concerned that we'll go backwards, especially mental health support, especially with intervention learning support.
We are no longer able to provide the internet access to those remote students that had it before.
It's a little bit, kind of catches your breath a little bit to go, oh gosh, because it's been so gainful and so amazing with what we've been able to do and accomplish and to help our students.
How will we save our 2 FTE of counselors that have become so embedded in the fabric of our schools and so incredibly necessary for supporting students?
We know we have a cliff, and we've been planning for that cliff.
I am confident in saying it's also not going to be enough to keep these professionals who dedicate their lives to kids and to families and to learning and to our society to grow the best young citizens that we can.
Our kids need us now more than ever.
Okay.
Ultimately, they need people in front of them. They're going to do what's best and try to make them better people. I think our public school system is the key to us thriving as a nation.